ever since I was a school kid. I used to wish that I could be one of the cool kids. Funny how things change, cause nowadays all the cool kids do is kick back and watch anime.
What is up, guys? It is your boy Lotus here today, and welcome back to the Nerd Corner. And in today's video, I'm bringing you guys another tag video. And I know, there's a lot of them floating around right now. I've been doing a few myself, but I really enjoy doing these, man. I'm having a lot of fun with it. And so every time somebody shouts out my name, I'm gonna join in on the fun, because I like doing it. It's what I like, and y'all like it, I like it, so we gonna like it together. All right, cool. But this one's actually a little different from the ones that have been going around, because this is a this or that tag. And I don't know if this is a trend that y'all already knew about, but it's new to me. I've never done anything like this before, so I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. And basically what it is we got 15 questions here, and you got 2 options for each question, and you got to choose between the 2, which one you prefer, which one you like more, which one you want to side with. And this one in particular is all manga related, of course, you know, that's why we're doing it on this channel. And it was actually created by my boy Jordan, aka KidNamedJAC. Link will be in the description where you guys can check out his channel, his video. Dope dude, great taste in music, makes a lot of great manga content, you know, reviews, impressions, hauls, all that good shit. So if you like my videos or like his videos, dude's been a long time supporter of the channel, been here since damn near day one. Definitely got a lot of love for the bro. And I was actually his very first subscriber over on his channel. So again, if you fuck with me, you definitely gotta go fuck with him. Links in the description. Yeah. So we're gonna get into it now, and our very first question we got on the list is anime or manga. Now I actually did a whole video covering this topic where I gave my in-depth thoughts on which one I prefer between the 2, anime versus manga, but we're gonna try and keep this video relatively short. So just to keep it short, sweet, and simple, my quick answer would be manga. But again, if you want my in-depth thoughts on this topic and I give my reasons as to why I would pick manga, link is in the description where you guys can check out the full-length video where I talk about anime versus manga. Question number 2 is ninjas or pirates, and he even went so far as to say Naruto versus One Piece, and I feel like my boy's out here trying to start a war with that one, but we're gonna go with Naruto, and of course ninjas as well. Not big on pirates, not big on One Piece. We're not gonna talk too much about One Piece, but you know, pirates, you know, being on the ocean, riding on ships and stuff, not my thing, not my cup of tea, not my stilo, not my forte. Ninjas are tight though. You know, I really dig all the jutsu, the ninjutsu, the hand signs, all this and that, throwing up gang signs, gang. Where village you from, playboy? Where your grandma stay? All that good stuff. So we gonna side with ninjas on this one. Question number 3: main protagonist with a sword or with a gun? Definitely got to side with swords on this one. I love samurai, I love katanas, ninja swords, all that good stuff. Definitely prefer characters with a sword. In fact, one of the main reasons why I like a lot of characters is because of the fact that they wield swords. Future Trunks, for example, in Dragon Ball Z is my favorite character. Well, arguable whether I like Future Trunks or Bardock more, but one of the biggest reasons why I like Future Trunks is because he uses a sword. That's just something that I've always been drawn to. Something that always makes me gravitate towards the character is if they use a sword. Yeah, guns, not big on it, don't really care for them. Don't really play, you know, first-person shooter games like Call of Duty or anything like that. This is not what I'm into, so definitely gotta roll with swords on this one. Question number 4, we got Soul Reaper or Hidden Village Ninja, and I'm gonna roll with the ninjas on this one because your boy's been representing the village hidden in the flowers for the longest time. They don't call your boy Lotus or Sakura for nothing, you feel me? But nah, really, I do dig ninjas a lot more than Soul Reapers. Don't get me wrong, Soul Reapers seem pretty cool. They wield Zanpakuto, which are swords, and I just made it very clear that I'm a big fan of swords. But ninjas can rock with swords too, so it's a win-win. I definitely got to roll with ninjas on this one. Question number 5, we got Zanpakuto or Devil Fruit. Now, in this case, I'm gonna definitely give it to Bleach on this one. Zanpakuto, like I just said, are swords. I like swords. Devil Fruit powers, they seem cool. I guess there's a lot of different variety you got with that. But I'm not big on One Piece, and even though your boy loves him some apples or some mangoes or some pineapples and pears and all that good stuff, because your boy loves the fruits and veggies. Well, more fruit, less veggie. But yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Zanpakuto on this one. Question number 6, Cowboy Bebop or Samurai Champloo? Definitely rolling with Samurai Champloo on this one. And I don't know how many of you actually knew Samurai Champloo had a manga, but it does. It's only 2 volumes long, and even though I like it, most people seem not to, and I don't blame you because the anime is definitely a lot better. But I actually like the Samurai Champloo manga. But Cowboy Bebop is a dope series that many people would recommend. Many people have it as one of the greatest series of all time. You know, to each his own. I like it. I don't think it's amazing. I don't think it's as great as some people say. But again, you know, we all have our own opinions. When it comes to like scaling it on a scale of 1 to 10, how much I like it, I give Bebop like a 7 out of 10, whereas I give Champloo like an 8.5 out of 10. But I think one of the main reasons behind that is simply because I like the music in Champloo more than I like the music in Bebop. Because don't get me wrong, you know, Bebop has some really nice jazzy tunes that I can't appreciate. But I grew up on hip hop. That's the genre of music that I listen to the most, and that's what I vibe to the most. That's what I can relate more to. Plus, again, I love samurai. I love swords. Cowboy Bebop was more about guns. Champloo is more about swords, so I gotta roll with Champloo on this one. Coming in at number 7, we got fire or ice abilities, and kind of hard to choose between the two, but for the sake of the video, I'm gonna just side with ice because it's cool. Question number 8, we got Goku OR Vegeta, and hands down, I'm gonna give it to the Prince of all Saiyans. Honestly, you know, when you start reading Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball, starting from the very beginning, when Goku's a kid, he's an amazing character. But I feel like the older he got, the less I liked him, and it's not because he became like a less likable character. It's just that so many other characters got introduced that I just like more. And if I made like a top 10 list, I don't even know if Goku would be on my favorite list of Dragon Ball Z characters at all. He's definitely not my top 5, whereas I know for a fact Vegeta is my number 3. So yeah, Vegeta. Question number 9, we got Haikyuu or Kuroko's basketball. And we definitely got to give it to Kuroko's basketball, boy, because number 1, I haven't seen that much of Haikyuu. I've only seen like the first 8 or 9 episodes of the very first season, whereas I've seen all of Kuroko's basketball, and that anime is dope as shit. Plus I love basketball more than volleyball, so there's that as well. I know Haikyuu is wildly popular. The few episodes that I have seen were pretty damn good, and I will eventually finish the show. But gotta give it to Kuroko. Gotta give it to Kuroko. Question number 10, we got Orihime versus Sakura, and even though I'm a big fan of Naruto, I'm gonna roll with Orihime on this one from Bleach because reasons. Question number 11, we have Hunter x Hunter or Yu Yu Hakusho, and y'all already knew my answer to this one. Come on, son. Don't get me wrong, Hunter x Hunter is great. I've read the manga up to date with the English releases. I've seen all the 2011 anime, and I really enjoyed it. But Yu Yu Hakusho has a special place in my heart. I genuinely enjoy it more simply because I think it's more action oriented, and I prefer all the fights and battles that happen in Yu Yu Hakusho. And even though Hunter x Hunter does have some pretty dope fights, they just weren't enough for me. That's not to say like I'm some adrenaline junkie who I need to have a lot of fights in a story to enjoy the story, because you guys know I like slice of life stuff. But yeah, I like Yu Yu Hakusho more. So yeah. Question number 12, we got Light or L. Question number 13, Ed or Alphonse. Question number 14 is historical or futuristic setting, and this one is a weird one for me because not that it's hard to choose, because I'm gonna easily say futuristic, but the reason why I have a problem with saying that is because if you've seen my top 10 manga list video, which if you haven't, I'll link it down below, but this is gonna be a spoiler for that video. My number 1 favorite manga of all time is actually Rurouni Kenshin, and Rurouni Kenshin is a very, very historical series. Like, it includes a lot of real world Japanese history in that, and I'm not big on history. I don't like history at all. I don't care for the old timey shit like that, and it was my least favorite subject in school. But for whatever reason, Rurouni Kenshin makes me love it. I absolutely love it. I dig it 110%. It's my favorite manga ever, which it blows my mind. It's a rare breed. It's a rare occurrence. It's the exception to the rule. But I'm gonna roll futuristic on this one simply because when I think about stories that are often set in like a futuristic, environment, time, whatever, usually their clothing, their architecture, their technology, their vehicles, all that good stuff, it just looks really dope. It looks really tight, and I dig that aesthetic. And I find it fascinating, and I always like, who knows what the future will be like. We can't really predict that, but technology is always advancing. It's just, I don't know, I just think it's a lot of fun. It's something that I'm more attracted to as opposed to history. So even though, oddly enough, my favorite story that I've read is a historical series, I'm going to roll with futuristic on this one. And the final question on the list, coming in at number 15, we have, would you rather have a series that has mediocre characters and a great story, or a mediocre story with great characters? And me personally, I don't really need to have either one. Like, I don't need deep characters or a deep story to enjoy a series and have a good time and be entertained and amused and all that, because when I'm first reading or watching an anime, I'm taking it at face value. I'm not thinking about it too much. I'm just trying to kick back, relax, and have a good time, because that's all I care about is being entertained. But if we're going to get into something a little deeper than that and ask which one I would prefer, I'm going to say a deep plot or a deep story as opposed to the characters, because I feel like that's just a more important aspect of the story if you're going to get into that type of mindset of looking at things. Because you can have a series where it has a really intriguing story, so you're going to keep reading regardless of how you feel about the characters, because you just want to know what happens next. Whereas if you just have something where like, oh, these characters are cool, I like them a lot, but the story's just bland and uninteresting, and I just couldn't care less about what they're doing, then you're just not going to continue on with it. Or at least that's how I feel. That's how I'm looking at it. That's what I'm thinking about right now. So yeah, we're definitely going to give it to that. Plus, there are plenty of characters out there that I've come across in anime and manga where we don't know a lot about them, we haven't seen a lot about them, or they're shallow and they don't have much of their personality or anything like that, and I like them anyway. So I'm definitely going to give it to that, because like, say Dragon Ball Z, for example, the character of Bardock, he really doesn't show up like that, if at all, besides the flashback in the main story of Dragon Ball Z, but he's like possibly my number 1 favorite character, and if not number 1, he's my number 2. Granted, he shows up in video games and TV specials and stuff like that, so we have seen some from him, But he doesn't even show up in the main story, and I absolutely love his character. And there's not much to him except, you know, being a savage who inevitably got killed by Frieza, and he's the dad of Goku. I mean, that's really all there is to his character. That's all we know, unless you want to go into the whole, you know, when he got blown back into the past, but we're not even going to get into all that. That's a story for another day. But yeah, if we're going to choose between the two, I'm going to definitely say that I would prefer a deeper story as opposed to great characters, simply because I feel like the storyline is a more important element to a series, and that will carry poor characters, whereas I don't feel like poor characters will carry or great characters will carry a poor storyline. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling. But that'll do it, guys. That is it for today. Definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And there's just so many tags floating around, so many videos going up and down, hashtag bars. I don't know who to tag. I don't know who's done it. I don't know who's already doing it. I don't know who's tagging who hasn't been tagged. And I can't be asked to sort it all out because there's just too much going on in the manga community right now. So all I'm gonna say is, if you haven't done this video and nobody's tagged you, I'm tagging you. And I hate to use that little cop out, but there's really just so many tag videos and all that floating around that I can't even figure out what's going on at the moment. So that's just how it's gonna be. Yeah, hit this video with a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already, so you guys can stay tuned for all of some content I'm bringing you. And with all that being said, that's pretty much all I have today. So I will catch you guys next time. Later.